of it for the old Spectre. Feels like most people are going for like the Manta and the Diffusal now. But in this game, you're up against a PL, so there's some innate value there for the Radiance. Plus an Empower buffer just means everyone's physical damage is being amped up, so just more mischance in general is good. Helps you farm, I would say, a little bit faster, helps you push a little bit better, but I could see it. I feel like the main concern isn't so much like what items they have on the side of Na'Vi in terms of like their own damage output, because I feel like damage is kind of fine with like the TA and stuff. It's more about just trying to control this damn Ember, and that I'm not so sure about.
Yeah. It does feel like...
What is the answer?
It feels like it's a lot on the tree, but him finding like a root off of a punch or something, it's all predicated upon him hitting that overgrowth at the start, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty much all on tree to grab him, and we have the blink now for Ramses.
He did it. You happy now?
He bought the normal item. I know, he scared me, man, when he just left the shop up top. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, man, he had better things to do.
Maybe
he needed a Radiance. That would have been cool.
Dire's bottom tower's getting pushed.
Mid lane, magical.
Dire structures.
Bane has a grip, but can't get into range for it. Don't know if F1 would have fully committed to that regardless. Probably go for that one if you can get a grip on her.
Radiant called in the fortification.
Top lane. Again, with this blink, it'd be a big moment for Virtus Pro.
They want that TA too. Like, she just has no defensive utility right now.
They're baiting this out really well. Good dodge there of the Sleight of Fist. Solo just going to go for the straight up grab. They're trying to go for it, but the overgrowth, it connects down to Ramsey. He does have his blink dagger back up, misses the skewer, doesn't throw out the RP. What in God's name? He's just dead. All right. Oh, Nightmare save. Nice play. RP to turn it. Is it going to work though? Magical still living. They jump in with the Ember, hitting on absolutely everybody, but there's the lift up with the Heal Scepter. Magical still going to fall. They take down that Nature's Prophet. They do eventually kill off two, and they lose the Ember. Unmitigated disaster.
God. At least he made some sort of a save out of that, because that could have been way worse.
Yeah, the Nightmare save was definitely clutch.
Oh, Ramses, poor guy. That overgrowth was pretty sick. Like, suddenly he couldn't blink. He's like, okay, all right, it's fine. I'll just skewer in, and I'll find it. By the time he skewered in, everyone had, like, perfectly dealt the split, so there's no RP, and then he just gets sprouted and bursts down almost instantaneously. But then he came back in for one more Empower. That's how he died.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny.
Shuvash breaks the smoke and then gets dusted, but will not be found.
So it looks like in the end, because of just like comeback gold and everything, I think it's just almost completely even in that fight.
Yeah.
Just going to plateau out as to nothing, so.
I mean, the thing that's scary, though, is that Crystallized didn't use Haunt, and now he has Radiance.
That's true. So things could be... a little bit of a problem there for VP, but you also have to imagine that maybe they'll find a bit of a better start to a fight.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no one. They have the sleep onto one. Still ready with the Haunt if they want to go with it. The battle getting ready to commence. They do have another overgrowth available as well. Magical. They use it to create a little bit of separation now. Crystallized going to walk into all of them. Trying to burn through the real FN. Do they have enough for the Reaper's Sight? They don't quite have it off cooldown. Another 9 seconds is what they need. Having already lost the NP, they missed on the skewer back. And it looks like that's going to be the end of it for now. But RVP really going to pressure for more. Crystallized having already used the Haunt. They don't have another way to take this fight. Blizz needs to back out of here. Laguna Blade down, and they kill off the Spectre.
And they get the Necro, too. Nice chase. They have a lot of reach between like the mag, just like blinking forward and attempting skewers, and then obviously no one. And Ember Spirit is one of the best heroes in the game at that. He's like Puck on steroids, because instead of having Dream Coil on such a long cooldown, he just keeps sliding and chaining people.
You mean Puck, except not awful right now?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much it.
I mean, all right, this one is it's feeling rather rough. 10,000 net worth. They lose one. Okay.
Roger just got absolutely incinerated by the Templar Assassin with a melt strike, but yeah, that's life. It's okay. It's space created as they lose their mid-racks.
Yeah.
Solo, though, also going to join the club. He says, together in death, Romeo and Juliet.
Seneko
Bane
found.
and Lena are a very cute couple. The skewer will secure the kill on the Seneko.
The rune of illusion.
Well, this one is definitely feeling like VP in complete and total control. Na'Vi, they have nice late game heroes, but it's kind of feeling like the window is shutting. If VP play it outright. Roche next, probably, yeah?
Yeah, Roche, and we got to get the gem just purchased up by Roger, too. So, VP very much in the game right now. Just thinking about everything they got to do. Blink dagger for no one. I'd say, like, perfect itemization all around at the moment.
FN going for the Scotty, which I think is a little bit different than what we've seen more often nowadays. The heart pickup, usually.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Pretty good at just helping me to control the TA. Seneko in the tree line here.
That's not great.
Yeah, Glimmer not going to save you with that fresh gem. And this gem also great for around the Roche pit. Start getting rid of these traps. They're scouting everything out. Alright, how do you take this Roche fight as the Dire? You need Haunt, and it is up now. We have Overgrowth, and we have a TA who's like 230 gold away from a BKB. That hurts.
Yeah, they'd love to be able to just jump in there with her, but it's really hard to do that. And well, there's the Overgrowth. The skewer back in. They are going to be able to get the RP out, but it's only on to one. The damage is being dealt, but is it going to be enough? Having already lost the tree and the Spectre completely isolated away from the rest of the teammates, the heals are not going to be enough. They managed to find the kill. FN very low for Magical, and they do manage to get the Reaper Scythe off. That kills this Ember as well.
Yeah, and there's no
so
buyback.
things starting to turn around.
No one won't be here for this fight. So the buyback on the PL and the Lena, the question is that a waste now?
I know, RP available either. They take down Roshan and they jump forward. They will kill off Seneko, but Magical trying to take down Solo. He grips him on absolutely no HP. The sleep was on the other side of it, but they do manage to kill off that Bane. Still, Na'Vi, a big win there. It ends up being about like a 7,000 gold swing or something.
Yeah, that was 3 buybacks for the Radiant, only 2 for the Dire, and ends up being a dieback for Solo as well.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Well, suddenly you have an Aegis on TA, and Spectre is almost towards the first couple components of a heart. How many times have we seen Roche fights just be the bane of these teams?
This is not VP's day today. Oh, Seneko just shows up where there's Alina.
Hello.
I just wanted to ward. And he is dusted though. This Glimmer will not save him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Magical. Chase it forward. He drops it. The chase is going to be there. Roger's trying to get out, but it's not going to happen.
Dude, that living armor. He got 3 damage into his block there. He would have been so dead. Oh, very nice save from Chu.
And Na'Vi pressuring all of these lanes simultaneously. Ember's going to show up. Seneko has been Mr. Bait here the entire time, trying to run away. He's living yet again, and they're going to have the root that catches onto no one. They don't quite kill off. Seneko lives. The Overgrowth, it's not going to be there in time. But they keep alive their Nature's Prophet. You know, this is what he was doing in the open qualifiers too. He was just like TPing into 5 heroes, and then they would like RP them all and then win the game. Like, okay, he just doesn't care about his life anymore.
So you just buy Eon Disc? That should be his next choice or something, maybe.
I like it. I'd be down. PL does decide to go back for the heart, the more normal build that we've seen.
Maybe after how that last fight went, he's a little bit more standard.
No.
Scotty would be like a I'm not dying build.
Gets the refraction off and then the blink away. So Magical. All fine and dandy. Top lane, Seneko again gonna escape from FN who dove him. And with that, FN has to back out again.
It is a pretty unusual Nature's Prophet, to say the least. Like, just, I mean, drums Glimmer, maybe, but just straight up Glimmer. It's interesting. I mean, it's support Prophet, so that's kind of the whole point of this support hero, is that he can do whatever, and he gets quite a bit of gold too, so he's open to itemizing for whatever the team needs. Maybe Force Staff isn't that great this game, so he just felt like the Glimmer was a better saving item during these team fights because of all the magic damage on the Radiant. And he's right, but it's also doubles up as being very effective for his split pushing. But Magical still has the Aegis here. And they're trying to burn through it, but not going to be necessary with the living armor and the help of Blizzy. Oh, and here again, there will be a nightmare for Solo to steal the bounty and he's out.
Nice play. They have Haunt available if something breaks off here, and
they're going to try
going on a no one.
Yep.
Again, it's a little bit scary. He has that Yule Scepter to keep him alive. So they need to try and bait that one out, and, well, they can't get into range with the Reaper Scythe. That probably would have been the death of him.
Yeah, if they, anything else just forces the Yules, and then he just escapes, but they need the Scythe.
That's such a cool pickup for him. He goes back in again, gives him a couple punches. That Desolator hit, though. Doink!
They don't have any detection down here if Ramses can get here. Oh, my mistake. Actually, they have that gem picked up from Roger. So that's actually a big deal because it means Ramses can't just initiate with Shadowblade.
Roger trying to run. Magical chasing. You get the Leech Seed. 3 hits and he's dead. And Na'Vi, after that big 1-2 fight, they're taking towers. They're only 3,000 gold behind. And they're making the most out of this Aegis.
Yeah, this is ideal timing for them too. 45 seconds left on the Aegis. Haunt is available. And they want to force a big fight down here.
Magnus not with the rest of the team right now. Does have that Shadow Blade completed, but Magical looking like he's just going to wait it out. And this has been the other build that we've seen out of the TA more often than not.
Yeah. I guess they're saying just to hold up because they're close to Heart and Scythe on 2 of their heroes, so they want to take a high ground fight.
Mag. Dead and gone. 110 seconds. No buyback.
Ramsey's been getting caught a lot between his Enigma and his Magnus. Just in situations where it seems completely unnecessary. Like, they just had a 4-man push down bottom lane, and then suddenly no one pushes the tier 3, and yet somehow you still die next to their tier 2 top. This doesn't seem very characteristic of him. Especially when he has like a blink and a Shadow Blade. He's playing a bit too greedy.
I think that it's also like this type of a lineup, and the one that we saw in the last series too, where it's like that global scout you have with Spectre, you have with Zeus. Granted, the Haunt has not been used to scout necessarily as much, as there is a grip. There's no Aegis here. They need to break this one, but it is Magical that gets broken instead, and Necro's still living for the moment. Crystallized, trying to run in. They take down the tree. 2 cores. Still left alive from Na'Vi, but the Necro eventually going to be killed off. Snako going to TP out of there, and it looks like Crystallized should be able to escape. Although walking back in towards the rest of them, and actually just going to be found.
Oh, that's so bad. He just got like 2k experience already in this fight on the PL as he's edging closer and closer to 25. And the Spectre's surely going to help with that. That's another 750.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate set of circumstances from Na'Vi. Like, again, it was playing almost like the TA was playing as if she had Aegis, but just gripped.
They just didn't follow through on their previous plan, because their previous plan stated, at least it looked like it stated, okay, our Aegis is running out, we should fall back and get our Scythe and our Heart. And yet they did not finish the Scythe. It was like 400, it was probably less than 400, it was probably like 100 gold away before his death cost. And then the Vit Booster's about 200 gold away for Spectre right now. Like, they were so close to Heart and Scythe, and yet they still push into a tier 2.
6,000 gold lead now for Virtus Pro. Very insignificant in the grand scheme of things. It's more going to be based around how these team fights break out, who gets the vision first, and so far it's tended to be the tree that's been making the plays for them, whether it's scouting out the right heroes or being able to save with the living armor.
Double Shadow Blades here, Silver Edge for the PL. Trying to help versus the Spectre. And it'll be a Meteor Hammer next for Nature's Prophet.
Shrine is under attack.
It's the Ghost Scepters that were queued up for DP. You have one on the Bane, and Mirana, or rather, excuse me, Lina, trying to build into one as well. But with the lane of racks down, it's just that inherent lead that's going to continue to balloon for Virtus Pro, with less gold going towards Na'Vi. That's interesting. We were talking about it, but Snako, 11 deaths. He hasn't really been touched in the last couple of minutes. He's been able to kind of keep himself alive, and that means he's gotten to the Meteor Hammer.
He's also holding Magical's ultimate orb, so he needs to get to him.
That's interesting.
Get that guy a scythe. The way I see this game going is that if they can force out Haunt, so like, wow, that was like an instant spawn Roche, by the way. Okay, that was like we were just waiting on the timer as to when Roche could possibly spawn, and suddenly he's there.
Yeah.
So what I see happening is if Na'Vi wastes the Haunt, they lose this Roche and probably the game. So they need to make sure that the Haunt is actually there, unless they obviously destroy the fight with the Haunt. But if it's a bad Haunt, maybe like they get pressured into a scout or something, then they're in big trouble. But if they can get this Aegis and Cheese, I can certainly see them taking this one.
They're gonna go in now. Smoke on 4.
This is sick positioning from Ramses, by the way. If they actually force the fight here, this is going to be pretty devastating.
It's also going to depend upon how quickly they get the Haunt off. But he blinks down to the low ground. No Blink Dagger right now on the Magnus. Another 11 seconds. Are they going to run into him? And that could be the moment with the sheep stick reveal onto the mag.
Ramses.
This is not the play, as they have found him right at the get-go, dead for another 115 seconds. That's what they needed.
Now they don't know that he has no buyback. He actually needs 44 gold. So technically he's dead for about 40 seconds. They kind of panicked and haunted there, I think.
Yeah.
But you never know, right? Like, that could have been a bait play. And if that's a bait play, then you have to make sure the Haunt's there to cancel any blinks or any other shenanigans from, like, the Ember.
And they're looking like they still want to get in position to defend against this. 8 gold left needed for the Magnus. If they can delay a little bit longer, he could buy back for it. They're going to Meteor Hammer solo, dodges it with his Nightmare. They buy back now on the Magnus. Snako, Glimmer Cape, Canyon alive for the moment. A nice 2-man stun here onto Crystallized, and Blizzy still living through this one, though. He has a Yule Scepter as well. Chuvash ready with the Overgrowth. And no Haunt available for another 60 seconds.
I'm going to call that the wasted Haunt. I believe they have lost.
Well, we'll see if they can defend against this, though, for a little while at least. I mean, Magnus still has RP available.
They have Overgrowth too.
They're looking for that initiation, jumping out right at the get-go. They have the grip, though. It's on a TA. That's during the duration of our BKB. They jump in, the RP, and ends up being canceled by the blink. Oh, it was not there. And now they don't have the fight anymore. They need to back out on BP, I think. Oh, Crystallized, kind of low, but they can't take that fight without the RP.
FN's here, though. He's the one who needs to mop up this Spectre.
Thinking about it. No one trying to escape yet again. The break is there. Crystallized able to get over the cliff, and FN cannot stay on to Crystallized. Heart regen about to kick in. All they need is a little while longer. FN going for the long jump. He's able to hit him before the heart regen kicks in. Now the chase forward for more. FN still looking to see if he can go in there and continue to break the heart regen so Crystallized can't get into this fight. And it looks like they might actually be able to do it, but it's already back up. And now FN, the last one that's around this area, going for that doppelganger, but they find the real one with the Hex, able to chase him down, but it is still a tough one to find that kill. Shadowblade away. He's stuck up on the high ground now. They realize this is the real FN again, but he keeps on jumping. And the Diffusal Blade to force back Crystallized. They actually can't chase this guy down at all. Yule Scepter. Oh, Roger. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb, and they'll take him down eventually. Just Laguna Blade on a Crystallized for good measure.
Oh, that whiffed RP really hurt them. I think it was the Spectral Dagger, it looked like. It might have just been the Radiance, too, because Spectre was close. So either one could have gotten them, but missed out big on that one. And it seemed to me that a lot of their damage was split across that fight for Virtus Pro. I mean, it was shocking, honestly, that Solo got a grip off for so long. He was standing like in the river, in the middle of everyone, just gripping this BKB TA. But I think FN was like over here fighting on the other high ground, and then you've got Ember Spirit back over on this part of the high ground, so nothing really in sync for Virtus Pro. And then just missing it on the RP. Like, the RP was kind of supposed to be that big focal point, I think, where then they both could have collapsed on top of it, but then once that missed, there was a lot of freedom for the side of Na'Vi.
Well, and I thought that maybe they were going to be able to set something up with, like, PL eventually taking down Spectre, but I think that there might have been a call at that point from Virtus Pro, like, all right, just reset, get out of there if you can. Because, like, at that point, if you've lost both of your other cores, you might lose more than just Roche.
Yep.
So 40 minutes in, only 1,000 net worth separating these two teams, 26 to 26. And granted, it is going to be a VP playing with a stand-in, but who would have thought that Na'Vi coming into the qualifiers and potentially going up one game over them if they continue along this path?
Yeah, still a very hard game though whenever you're playing up against Ember and the Empower.
Oh yeah.
One of the benefits is though that Spectre is oh, looks like another death for Roger there. Scouts out the scything TA and crew. But Spectre is like this behemoth target. You know, like there's one big, need a lot of single focus target damage, and unless you're stuck in the middle of like a bunch of creeps and waves and stuff, you don't really get any massive cleaves going. Plus he doesn't have the Battle Fury this game, so that's one thing. Like there's not a lot of single target damage focus from this Ember, even with Empower. It's mostly all on FN. And he seems to be struggling a little bit.
Close little play there. They see the mag yet again, and they're gonna all in on him. Magnus has just not been able to play Dota, and they're just chasing for it for more now, able to dodge away from the sleep with the Manta, and Solo eventually going to be chased down the grip. Again, they take it, and they're able to catch him. The break, still running away. Magical Aegis is down. Crystallize out of mana, but they can focus down these racks if they can get creeps into the base.
No creeps though. Like he made the plays. No one just left and was like, oh, hey guys, there's no creeps. Like, I know they're diving and we're dead, but this is going to be a very big delay on the bonus they're supposed to have right now. Well, this Magnus has just been dead and gone. It'll certainly be enough time for Solo to respawn. They'll have at least 4 heroes. Can Ember actually catch that middle wave is the question. I don't think so. Being guarded by some treants here and escorted now by the remaining forces of the Dire side. They have a pipe for this wave too.
It was a little bit of a weird play there, that whole setup, because like there was the bait out on the high ground where Magnus was just sitting here. They saw the smoke break in the tree, and then they went for a second smoke and placed down a ward. So, well, they found themselves another one. He is going to be able to get the Shadow Blade and run away.
Crazy.
Still fine for the moment. Spectre low on mana. The consistent problem in this game, Crystallizes inability to cast spells. But they are still going to pressure this tower, and topside also going to be pressured by the Meteor Hammer, Nature's Prophet. Roger moving in to try and deal with that. Crystallize not really able to do much to him except for drain that mana. The Diffusal Blade is going to be there. The, well, jump out comes with the Light Strike. We're able to hit now. Magical also in trouble. Cheese eating that, as well as the BKB, turns to get away, and they're actually deciding to turn and fight this one further forward. The Sheep Stick is out as well. Can they kill off this Ember in time? Blissey is still waiting for that moment, but it's not quite there. Roger, Light Strike Array going to connect. They have the Haunt to reinitiate, and with that, this might be the moment that they're waiting for. Still 20 seconds until Magnus is back up.
Oh my God,
bottom lane
never ends. Blissey's waiting though. He wants that scythe. Don't reveal yourself too low.
They're all up to full again. And Magical jump forward. The Sheep Stick, they got him. That's the Ember caught. Can they get it in time though? The Light Strike, it was not quite in there in time. But now FN just laying into all of them. He's still staying very survivable if they can find the real one though, and they might be able to. Doppelganger and then runs away. Good play by FN. Blizzy, they pull him back in. Catch on to 2 with the skewer. The RP to follow up as well. But they got the Evil Scepter off. Able to live for the moment, but can he get the right one? Caught the Reaper's Sight. It's on to the illusion. FN does it. He has caught a lot of flack today, but he made the plays he needed to.
They were so close to scything that Ember. I can't believe it. He was scythed first. He just scooting along the ground, little oink and hop pigging, and Blizzy just can't quite get there. He finally get. You see his arm was up. It was swinging down for the scythe, and he got saved into the base. Unreal. Like that's how close this game was to just being over. It felt like, and suddenly everyone's just back up, and VP have done it again. What an amazing creep cut to start to create such a humongous holdout. This game looked like it was over, and instead now it's Virtus Pro who are marching down with a Spectre that will not be returning here. And they know they're going for the throne.
Yeah, the call comes out. Bottom lane is going to be pressured in for a moment by the Nature's Prophet. That's just to try and draw the attention. It's not happening. VP know where they want to go. They initiate on a solo, but he's able to get the Force Staff away by his allies, keeping him alive. BKB already used for magical. Tier 4 towers starting to fall, and they need a miracle and a half. Blizzy walking into them. They do too much damage at this point, though, and you cannot deal with all of them. The well plays come. There's the Laguna Blade onto magical. They try and survive with this. The glyph is still there if they want to go for it. And now Blizzy still living for the moment, but only a moment. We're going to jump in. FN hits it, and the Ancient's called. I can't believe that they freaking did it again. VP.
Wow. Well, sometimes, you know, I guess just maybe going a little too deep in a couple situations there. That's what it came down to. Not playing quite patient enough. It felt like they had it.
Dire's top tower ain't a tower no more.
相位鞋
Dire's middle tower's in trouble.
上有一个恢复神符，破掉中路陷阱。船长现在这样的一个体质，还是应该对于quite standard timeline of like.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Until Team LGD fight burst out. 好了，就在这边继续压制，是吧？看到就犯怵。你如果9先交大，那么你下来势必之后就没有其他节奏。那我加入可以更高枕无忧的打，对吧？如果你位置不是特别好，我精灵到6之后还可以过来一波支援，配合飞机来了。这个是元素分离，爱丽丝应该还是要死，被找到。 完了，直接选择卖。这个位置看能不能找地方吸口血啊，没抽到。另外一边的话，查诺瓦这个位置也是在树林里面绕的有点晕。这个钻树林钻的不是特别精致，好吧？但是队友能来吗？我感觉这波如果梅比早点来的话，应该是能杀的。有视野，要标记，梅比这时候想来稍微有点晚了。 而且精灵也没有到6，那这波的话，只能说队员之间的沟通可能出现了点问题。maybe 这会儿觉得他应该再刷一点关键道具。自己两个队友是觉得这个位置我们可以打，一来一回出现点问题。再补，找到了水，可惜没能冲起。那这波的话想抢到了2个。 回头等下一个水刀，这边很生气，被捡了一个甲。小牛有没有一手板？但是控到了船友这个位置，虽然3连失误，但是还是找到了机会，配合小精灵。这里一波进场被击打，招爆的非常漂亮，4个人全部中的 ，AMP 打出了成吨的伤害。这波虽然 F1 死了，但是掩护队友，给队伍带来了胜利。一波1换4，还挖了对面的矿。 这个位置太适合飞机打团战了。无法出到盘子。感觉 Home 最后一手缺少了点魄力，好吧？一个是没想到船长中路打 TA 能够把 TA 打成这样，另外一个是。 觉得其实2个队伍怎么看都是在实选中单上出岔子，好吧？第一把是老干爹是我选了2，然后中路被打爆。这把是1 home， 感觉老干爹好了，就跟哪个队啊？一直被扮大哥一样。 啊，当时是 Game Boy 对吧？海选赛的 Game Boy， 佳佳的状态比较好。然后那会儿1 home 小巴打他们的思路就是一直扮大哥，对吧？一次扮个3、4个大哥，不给对面玩一个比较称心的英雄，结果对面的体系就不攻自破了。这把也是357的半选上面是非常注重去对面的中单选手路单，导致他这把玩的一个 TA 结果发挥一般。 过来做眼一个多重施法，这个位置封路还不错，但是看到后面2个壮汉已经追上来了，这波的话1后面也是没选择动手。先跳刀，这是一个关键道具。Face 边的话，现在是队伍里面最肥的一个点。飞机降临已经好了，看一下下一波 FY。 准备把战火蔓延到哪里？对吧？太烈了，小牛离自己的跳刀好远。那边的话是已经引刀。陆真加眼看到了炮。 也看到了船长这一波是要打一个围剿来了，减速，压抑的范围之下 ，maybe 这要遭殃，就先配合自己的小牛吃了船友，小精灵没死，船长还在坚挺，吃了很多伤害，等到了飞机过来支援，这波1秒钟没选择把队友带走，选择让 AME 在这里收割，但是 TA 买活了，古法还在往这边赶，来得及吗？ 一直在追，没有陷阱。衰老有没有说法？控制了一下 PA， 控制了一下 TA， 往前追，回头再一爆，一个抽。天命这边也选择买活，酱油买活不值钱，继续往前追，有跳刀不一定能走。捡起棒子，回头爆一下，极限距离个板掩护一下队友。波硬币的沙伊斯跟对面斗智斗勇，把对面杀死，再被对面小牛追，哎，给自己一个衰老，差一个板。这时候回头再一口吸，因为有对面飞机来看视野，查理斯完成双杀，极限距离一波反杀，回到了老干爹最熟悉的节奏，混战。打 进攻的老干爹才是最强的老干爹。
Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top rubble.
这一波买活反而是让eHome的经济变得更加雪上加霜。
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
无奈
Dire's top tower is under attack.
甚至在这个时间段没有掏出自己的第一件装备，无论是暗灭还是跳刀。
Dire's top tower.
查理斯又是拿下一座2塔，
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
精灵飞机找人，冲上了对面的2塔。这个地方有个追踪导弹，知道9仙没有大招，但是另外那话古风过来了，扫射直死 AME， 这两兄弟是倒进了对面4个人的包围圈。
Dire's top tower is about to be
我们找到一波超后机会，两个队友没能来得及支援，梅比正好还在下路，好吧，其他2个人也都在上路来苦上天符。
bottom tower is under attack.
I'll deal with that.
查理斯到了一个纷争面纱，这个位置精灵飞机死了第1次还可以接受，依然是一个现在经济领先，嗜血术，这个查理斯将近一个满移速啊，483，跑的速度也太快了一些。下路这边准备接，两边都在，而且这一波路呢也不在，圣堂刺客还在补自己的跳刀或者灭。 隐身过来，对面有针眼，夜晚是不是特别大？这个地方能不能补个假眼？再往前追，有这个千里马，有嗜血术，回头 F1 应该是要对面这样1换1，但冰龙也是自己大交了，而且对于 F1 来说无关痛痒。那如果团战打起来之后，他复活还是可以靠自己大招过来。maybe 回到中路，有没有标记一下的说法？ 引刀标记水船3连没问题，棒撞死。
Deep six.
查理斯绿配有着视觉跑是有点快啊，因为这把的话也没有选择出暗灭，他觉得自己这边节奏跟不起来了，先播了一把单刀。 然后再来补自己的跳，这样节奏有点慢啊。又是到了挖矿的季节，看到一波远古。
Radiant's top tower is about to topple.
飞机来挖对面远古，小心会补一波状态。直接做分身。 开完4矿，挖了4家的矿 ，maybe 还在上路带，有一个加速符，这个地方是暴露在了视野范围之下。来了，隐身变粉，加速能不能开起来？这里看一下，牛头不给机会，一套3连直接带走。因为我们这个队不管局势如何，他们的视野铺的一直都是我比较欣赏的，关键位置永远有眼。 而且自己这边的话，针眼也不会断，一直在排布对面的视野。古弓还需要这把TA 不出暗灭是因为古弓要出，所以TA 选择了直接单刀。以后我们还是有一波打团的机会。
Radiant's bottom tower is under
他
attack.
们有很多强势的攻技能。飞机在有了血术的 buff 之后，小青也共享移速，好吧，两个人快到飞起。来了这一波先手标记，给到 TA， 传第2时间再上一个多重施法。 2个人一起吃到船油，这波一个冰箱稍微关一下， 再给一个标记，有传油的情况下，完全不虚对面的伤害，拉回来，后排精灵飞机已经来了，这个大招给到查理斯，查理斯也是被2人怼死，但另外一边的话，歪队被留下 ，T 这里也被找到，再一个标记，没有什么机会了，冲起来，直接打完人之后开始打盾，女生等于无敌吗？这个位置 maybe 需要调整角度，放一下水刀。 对他知道，他这边的话也是开了一个折光，这边再拎起来，最后一把粉是被查诺瓦收到这个人头，1换3。
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
首先想出灰药。 只要出电锤，做好了。这把对面无视魔免的控制比较多，所以也没有想着要去做 BKB 或者林肯，对吧？一个天龙大，一个小牛大，防不胜防。但我感觉到了后期还是应该要补，他可能觉得现在局势比较顺。
Gold for my chest.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
9先有大，这波看看 TA 复活之后要不要抱团打一波。好，肯定先1万。那个这时候在野区里面找视野，做雷达。这边是看到一个针眼，赶紧拼一下队友。但是另外一边的话，老干爹。 看到了下路路线的人，这个时候已经开始对肉山发起了攻击，是出的 buff， 打的也不算慢。我来抢吗？冰龙这边大师已经有了，先不够开悟，老肯定打稍微有点慢。这一波如果一后能赶上，对他们来说是非常棒的。但是这个伤害值，看一下第一时间没有选择直接去肉山里面打，而出来找人，被这边插大。 但另外一边的话，查理斯一个人顶在前面，是被扫射直接秒了。这个位置觉得有点散啊，老干爹。M1不着急，有小精灵的存在，有盾，自己是无敌的。找到了小牛，标记水船一套连招，冰箱闪现，这个位置逼出了冰龙一个大，飞机还在输出导弹。另外一边的话，蓝胖给上嗜血，给上引燃，这个位置干爹想吃人。 找到了躲藏在树林里面的冰龙，1换2，打下肉山。公路的话，布龙在没有BD 之日的情况。
Radiant team ban.
Flag. Show some pride in your flag.
Nah, man, they're about this. This is showing where we've been. GG bet. I'm done. So we're looking at game number 2 now. Virtus Pro versus Navi, and VP up 1-0. I have to say though, I've been pretty impressed with Navi in spite of that, because this is Virtus Pro. You know, granted you have the stand-in, but it's still like one of the best teams in the world, and I think that on any given day, Virtus Pro is probably has like the highest skill cap of any team in the world. And Navi is right there with them. Like they're playing with them. The decision making in game feels very solid to me. The drafts feel like they've gotten cleaned up a little bit, and they have a pretty well established idea. I've been impressed.
Yeah, curious to see what the draft looks like. If like the Spectre comes back out, I think Spectre helps make games a lot easier to play too with Haunt, assuming you don't get pressured too hard in the lane. Spectre did a very good job of recovering. I think we didn't talk too much about Crystallize, but overall his lane was pretty difficult with Magnus there for Ramses. Played it fairly well.
Ooh.
Yeah, this time VP have the first pick, so they are happy to leave in the IO ticket for themselves. And then Navi had actually banned out the Nyx Assassin, I think, first phase, game 1.
Yeah.
And so they obviously put a lot of priority into it. And shockingly enough, it will be Gyro to go with the IO.
I mean, they had to know that was happening. There's no way that you're not prepared for that. An immediate morph ban from Virtus Pro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that you can play competitive Dota and not know that IO is going to be followed by Gyro in the first phase. Do you think it was a mistake laying it through?
I'm surprised you would ban Wyvern over IO. That's what I would say.
5 seconds left.
Okay.
I think maybe I guess the hope was that they thought that BP might leave it for the 2-3, and that was they wanted to try and get a game with IO for themselves. I mean, I can imagine.
The clicking down clock after the Morphling ban does not bode well. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you mean. They're just like,
which is surprising to me. But TA ban. What's the game plan then if you see that this IO Gyro gets through and you don't have a Morphling as a counter?
Seconds.
What's your go-to way?
Silencer is the next pick.
5
Okay.
seconds left.
I would think. I don't know. The silencer one's kind of interesting because, like, on the one hand, it stops you from doing like relocate plays and everything, but on the other hand, he's also someone who can kind of run over in the lane a little bit because he doesn't have like any direct stuns or anything, or he's not that great as a defensive. Plus, he just got nerfed too. But it's hard to find someone that can go toe to toe with the IO +1 if they come into your lane. Maybe they could try a Weaver since Klinks is banned.
Ooh.
Weaver's pretty nice against IO Gyro.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Able to throw the bugs on too. And just try and get all that damage right on top of the IO, blow them up.
What are some of the other heroes that are like commonly seen as answers to IO in general? There's like Disruptor, but that hero's super dead. There's Witch Doctor, which could work.
It's definitely stronger in the lane, but
yeah.
The only problem is that Maledict in itself is pretty weak versus the IO.
Yeah.
Radiant pick.
So like you have to have a perfect burst down with the Witch Doctor ulti. That's the only problem I have with it.
What about AA?
Another dead hero. AA, I think can still work, but you really need like direct stuns and stuff in the laning phase to actually make the cold feet proc. I don't think you want two unreliable stunners as your support duo and Nyx and AA.
If they do that, they'd have to take something like a Wraith King or
Wraith King, Sven,
like
that kind of deal. CK.
5 seconds left.
CK is another hero that wasn't touched in the last patch, and I feel like is secretly incredibly good. By secretly, I mean we just don't see it that often because they're counters.
I think he just still has a lot of the same issues he's always had. Doesn't farm very quickly. He is pretty cool in like 2-1-2s because he can help create kill opportunities with a partner because of his stun. But if you don't get off to a really good start, he runs into trouble. And Na'Vi will go right back for the Nature's Prophet. Is allowed to fly into that second set of picks, even though they've been playing it a lot lately. So BP is saying they're just not too worried about it, and they will steal away that Bane. I thought that could have been also all right for Na'Vi. Like, it's been a bit of a classic pick versus the IO in history, but IO Bane is, if I'm not mistaken, the most picked combination of heroes together in Dota 2. Just constantly used. We were discussing this earlier with the other IO Gyrocopter game, that they didn't have the Bane. And Bane or Nyx Assassin are two of these heroes that just run around the map, find good opportunities for relocates, and create them with Fiend Scripts and Nightmares, or, in Nyx's case, just Vendetta into stun. But they will get the Spectre once more, which I think is a really big deal for Na'Vi. I think this helps them a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it sort of takes some of the pressure off, in a way, of your game, that in general you feel like you have this sort of security blanket to fall back on. If things start to fall apart, you can sort of depend on the Spectre late game. Again, I don't know how much that is going to be the case against the IO Gyrocopter. I guess hypothetically you can go like the Abyssal Blade route for Spectre and try and blow up the IO, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do that in time with like the amount of, I guess maybe with like Necrophos, if you go like a Blink Necro or something like that, it could work. We'll see. Lots of possibilities here.
I wonder what Ramses will play, assuming he gets an offlane hero again. Weaver is somewhat okay here. Downsides to Weaver is that you can carapace when you have the bug on you as Nyx Assassin, which can... It basically gives you like a free carapace whenever you want on the Weaver at like perfect times, which can be pretty devastating. But it is single target focused to help try and bring down the Spectre. It is someone who's not very vulnerable to tree and harass in lane.
I kind of like the Enigma too, though. Like the percentage based damage with Midnight Pulse could be kind of cool.
Yeah, he got banned out. They were thinking of it.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That's the one. Yeah. What else is there? I mean, it's sort of... I guess you could think about taking one that's a little bit more flexible too. So you could run something else mid if you wanted.
Yeah, I guess this should be the mid pick actually. Well, I was wondering if no one was going to play the gyrocopter and they would pick FN, maybe like the Weaver, and play it in like a side lane situation. I mean, they might just be thinking about picking FNPL if they want to do the gyro mid, just because I think no one plays a really good gyro.
Radiant's banned now.
Admiral Kunkka.
It'll be the no one Kunkka instead. So it'll probably be FN gyrocopter, I would guess, and they'll give Ramsey some offlane hero.
God, it sucks playing Spectre into Kunkka. I feel like that hero can just sort of run at you at around level 8 or 9, and X, Boat Torrent, just dead.
10
It'd be really hard to deal with.
If it wasn't for the fact that they picked the Nyx Assassin, this would actually be a really good Batrider game. Could do IO Batrider together.
Oh,
So strong, but the Nyx Assassin being there just makes that a no-go. It's just like Batrider's so good versus Necro and Nature's Prophet.
well, Virtus Pro do have the next pick. So as far as things that they're looking for in a hero right now, they have like the late game. They have a good amount of team fight. Most likely an offlaner that has... I guess you don't really have that many damage issues either. Sustain?
Yeah, someone who can just like survive in the lane
It's Dyer's banned.
and maybe help push. I'll go with the Mag. I think Veno would actually be pretty cool. Underlord is okay.
That's what I was wondering about Underlord.
Wraith King is still fine, I think. I would just like the Underlord for a little bit of AoE.
Yeah. It kind of hurts against
10
Necro.
seconds.
Any of those heroes do kind of.
Actually, they could get away with a Pango.
5 seconds left.
You could do an axe also. Ooh. Axe sounds fun. Although you have a natural couple of
Dyer's
different
turn to
Yules
pick.
builders.
What else is in the Ramses offlane hero pool? Time to find out.
Radiant's turn to
Earthshaker or something? Oh god, alright.
Ursa. Okay.
That's cool. That
Yeah,
also
there was a
sucks to
lot
play
of freedom
against.
in this pick because it's just gonna like you can play it either with a Bane, which is the most likely case, or with the Io theoretically. But Bane could just it means you can play like pretty much any carry hero, and they already have a lot of team fight between the gyrocopter and the Kunkka, and now this just
seconds.
gives them a bunch of Roshan capabilities.
You know what else? This could actually still be a
5
mid Ursa
seconds
too.
left.
They can go in the matchup if they want to, depending on what Navi take.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of time either.
Pugna.
Okay.
That'll be the Blizzy Pugna.
Magical.
Oh, it's magical Pugna. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense actually.
I mean, now they have multiple different forms of ethereal to deal with the Ursa, which is kind of cool. I don't know. Do you like the draft from Navi?
I like that VP have chosen Ramses to go on the gyro. I think that makes a lot of sense just because like he's a lot more in sync with Roger than FN would be. But the reason I thought FN would have to play the gyro is because I thought they were going to pick like more of a traditional offlaner. But FN's very comfortable on someone like Ursa. Played it before, just like the carry role, and it's largely the same thing in the offlane. It's good single target focus versus the Spectre. And then for the Navi draft, decent global presence between like Vendettas can help set up for Haunts and Nature's Prophet TPing in. Pugna can help them get the ball rolling. I think their 4-hero block without Spectre is pretty strong. They have like an instant pickoff potential between Vendetta and the Reaper Scythe. So maybe then they can turn into sort of a 4v4 with the threat of the Spectre Haunt being there. And that might make Virtus.pro hesitant to defend at certain points. And then if you don't defend, then Spectre just doesn't haunt in, and they get the tower, and Spectre's getting all of this gold pouring into the hero. So that would force you to go for like relocate ganks onto the Spectre. So that part looks very good for Virtus.pro, though. I think it's a hard game to play by yourself as a Spectre.
Yeah.
Between a Kunkka and a Bane roaming around to set up, like there's so much delay for the relocate to come through.
And what's the sake? Decrep? That's, I don't know. I think that the real answer is that they're going to need to be able to like fight their way through any of those rotations that come with like a Kunkka or a Bane setup. So it could be tough. BP going to tip FN, thanking him for taking the bullet and playing on that Ursa. Magical just going to dance his way to the mid lane. A very quick old Pugna.
Is he ever? Did he place a ward? Oh, he's faking that he's warding. See this?
Yeah.
He's swapping the Tango in and out of his inventory.
To nobody's benefit. There's nobody there.
Yeah, but they might be looking on the minimap.
No, for sure. Yeah, if BP had placed a ward there, then they probably would go for a D ward. Alright, they've as 5 tipped Seneko as well for killing off his treant. Now they're gonna take the other one. Okay. Where's the rest of the tips? They don't have any more. Spectre's very upset.
Free gold, man.
Yeah.
Can't be having that.
Giving FN a great start. It's actually Solo that got both of those trees.
How many bounties are they about to get? Oh, tree denies one. Oh, treant.
I love that. That's great.
Alright, so 2 bounty rune and 1 bounty rune. Not too often that happens, but 19 gold. There's the tip. Thank you very much.
Yeah. This is
Jeez,
great.
they're relentless.
I know, they're not having any of their shiznit. They're just making it happen.
So instantly with the treants, Ramses has the flat cannon ready. Won't even have to worry too much about these ones though, because the treant's supposed to die. Alright, there we go. And that'll be 20 seconds of no treants.
So it does sort of reveal that they can't really do much to crystallize as far as trying to mess around with Rocket Barrage and stuff.
They're getting all of these treants.
Yeah, they actually got all of
God.
them. Jesus. Well, Ramses and Roger working very well together, getting all the last hits that you can possibly get in this lane right now.
Trying to
Top
use
lane?
the 0 armor of the IO, but it's not. He's getting a little bit on there.
Yeah. They're gonna throw out the daggers as well. They're gonna get their creeps denied. Is nice play there by Seneko, able to take one away also. A whole lot of denies on both of these squads. I really want to see though how the matchup goes as this ends up going later and later, of like Spectre versus the IO. Like what build the Spectre goes to deal with him. He's gonna try and go for like a single target blow up strat, or if he's just gonna not even worry about Roger and try and focus on the rest of the heroes.
I would say probably more into like that Manta Diffusal Abyssal. Looks very good this game. Just with the heroes on VP side.
Yeah.
Mid lane being very frustrating for no one. He just keeps getting decrept over and over. Can't go for last when he wants.
Looks like he is going to be chased underneath the tower. You do have the death pulse. Chu looking for the stun, able to hit it onto FN, and he will be punished. First blood. What was he doing?
Yeah, trying to harass the Necrophos post Ghost Drought. He was close. But yeah, went a bit too deep and then couldn't juke the stun from the Nyx Assassin. So well played there by Chu. Keep his cool, hit the stun, guarantee the kill. Maybe thought Solo would have some another nightmare or something in time, but it was still on CD.
It is just a battle of the denies with the decreps. Currently 11 and 10 that Pugna versus the 9 and 5 of the Kunkka.
Yeah, he's got half a level on him. Meanwhile, down bottom, Roger is just harassed again. This Nature's Prophet just goes for the turn with the spirits.
The trade over there with the Rocket Barrage.
It's creating quite a bit of space for Crystallize. His last hits are looking all right now. Starting to catch up.
Yeah, and they can mess him up every now and then, but he's still getting levels as well. Maybe make a rotation eventually like we saw in the last game. Maybe you rotate up top, find a kill, try and pressure the tower. It still look pretty good. We get some crybabies going on towards mid lane. 15 and 13 so far. And no one just has to look at these creeps die in front of him. Not feel good. You're a Kunkka.
Yeah, but he'll be okay though. He just really needs his levels, and then no one is just so good at rotating across the map and making stuff happen with this Kunkka. He's definitely not a passive Kunkka player.
Oh my god, he's so mad. Magical tips him as he goes for it. Just an X torrent. We'll be able to still get a decent amount of those last hits, but it's not been easy so far.
Oh, Roger hates it up. Seneko diving in here.
Oh, trying to buy some space. They throw out the dagger. Roger's living.
Yeah. He had a salve that just got canceled though, so that was still worth from NP to go back in for the one tap, because he can just TP home and then come back in, or come back somewhere else too. I think they're going to want to try and make a play up top with Chew Mango into stun on solo and a TP from the Prophet.
Watch for that here.
Did he not show up?
Nope. Looks like he headed bottom.
Huh. It's like it's such an easy play, but I guess then his TP would still be a while for he can come back down bottom, but
Yeah.
there's also no tangos or quelling blades up top for the Dire too, so they're very susceptible to Prophet.
God, look at Magical. Like every time you look at him, he's just decrepping that Kunkka. He's got 19 denies.
Yeah, it's actually such a ridiculous skill. It only costs 60 mana. Just do it over and over and over again.
Well, 5 minutes in, the bounties spawn in, and it looks like they were able to pick up a couple of them on VP. I mean, how big of a deal is this, the fact that Kunkka hasn't really been able to get the last hits? You mentioned that he can make the rotations later and find kills. But right now he's still stuck at level 5 while Pugna's 6.
Yeah, and even with the setup from solo, won't be able to get a kill or anything with the boat.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. You know, Pugna's pretty squishy, so don't have to worry too much about it. Oh, look at you. He's about to steal all this gold. Oh, get him. Got him.
Where is this?
Up top.
Oh, okay.
FN was using the creep wave to farm this camp, and she was just sitting on the low ground and then stunned him and took it all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bottom lane. Crystallized throwing out the dagger. But Ramses, as well as the IO, are able to heal back up to full. And, well, now it's Snako that needs to be careful. Not getting under fire. There is a lot of little trees here, but
Pugna's mid means the real Pugna's bot.
that is a nice play. And Snako also shows up to this one, which means Roger is going to fall. As they chase him down, Crystallized gets a couple more of those punches. Magical gets the kill. And this Pugna creating a lot of issues in game number 2. Still level 5 on the Kunkka.
God, actually so close to 6, but that's so frustrating. 22 and 22. Oh, very nice.
Geez.
Last hits.
Solo goes into range of the tower. No one. Eventually going to get into that level 6 now. The downside is that his levels in X are going to be severely hampered, while top tier 1 tower looks like it's going to go down by virtue of Chew and Blizzy.
Yeah, I don't think they can get anyone here in time. With the catapult wave, piece of cake.
Well, take the tower. 7.5
Old
minutes
catapult. He's been healing the hell out of this thing. Must got. Oh, that's something that got pulled to the side, probably.
Ah.
Dyer's top towers
That makes sense.
Radiant's top rubble. Radiant are scanning. How does that even
So
work?
Pugna has 812 HP at the moment. So pretty much any rotation mid should be able to find it, and they know that's coming too. Like the way that you can see Magical scanning behind him because he thinks the Bane's rotating there, but it's actually the bottom lane where they'll catch Seneko, and Crystallize now on the hunt.
Spike Carapace, the Impale comes out. It connects the Nightmare save for the moment, but it should not keep Io alive unless he gets the tether away. Right clicks are there. They get the kill.
Solo is
actually this took
the
it.
best Bane of all time, though. Can we just like his saves on Nightmare are so perfectly timed every time. Yeah. I can't believe he almost saved that Io. And now he's wrapping in behind Magical, but Magical takes the right angle. Looks like he knew he'd be making that way through. Now Solo's gonna have to pay for it.
The boat connects. Not bad. Also hitting onto Seneko, and no one. The Impale not quite on the mark there. Would have been able to be a turnaround kill, and they get the Reaper Scythe kill onto the Io instead.
And this is going to turn into the mid tower.
Well,
nope, not with the DD room.
Is that bringing you back to reality pretty sharply?
Yeah, very quickly. I was like, oh man, this wave's going to come through. And now they can just start getting a couple blasts on. There's 4 heroes here. And
I was talking about the noise of the baby crying.
Oh, that, yeah. He's actually crying in the background right now.
Is he really?
Using nap time.
No
I
one.
think he's gone down now, though. He was.
That's good.
It makes me very on edge. Like, I feel like I need to leave, but... Alright. He's under control.
I believe in you. That doesn't do anything to help the situation.
But thank you.
But, yeah.
There is no scythe here, so Ramses is fine.
Yeah. Kunkka, phase boots now. Every time I look, this guy's been getting denied, but he's still remaining relevant force in this game.
Surprised he's actually ahead in net worth of the Pugna.
Yeah, it feels like Magical is maybe focusing more on denies than he was on CS.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's causing issues for no one whenever he can.
Yeah, they're like basically the same level at this point too.
Yeah. 5-1.
Despite no one being 0-0-0. FN. Oh, run! Hey, he's got TP. He's fine.
Nice. Ooh.
He went for the pixels. Would have been very close.
Yeah. 10 minutes in though, and it's still very close. Where do you feel like we're going to see the first separation between these teams? As far as like a big fight, or are we going to be seeing like a rotation for a tower?
I think it depends on how cautious Na'Vi are and their initial tower pushes. This is a nice play up top. They just TP in behind Solo.
Oh, Oak comes down, dealing some damage to no one. He gets the X follow-up onto Chu. He should still be fine there. It was a nice play to go for the Spike Carapace on the Tidebringer, but they couldn't quite bring him down before the boat was there.
But yeah, I think Na'Vi just need to be a little bit cautious. Don't get over eager when they're pushing towers, or they can be very quickly punished. Like one person just caught by Nightmare, and then or an X or anything like that. Like level 2 X is a decent enough range that you still have to be a little bit careful at your positioning, and then the relocate comes through. So if it's the Virtus Pro, they're just waiting for the Blink Dagger on the Ursa, and then they're gonna start trying to like go for essentially assassination squads across the map. Assassination.
Necro moving up.
That's a great ward there, scanning all this.
They got us caught here, and that is very dead Ramses. He did get the call down in, and Solo's here as well. They've got the boat, the X. It's going to pull back in on the Magical, and the Haunt is there for the follow-up as well, as Crystallize wants to try and take down Roger. Tethered up to no one, though. He's getting that bonus movement speed in from the boat. Looks like they might have to call off the charge. I mean, they do have another dagger here in a second.
The courier comes in with the
Carapace, the turnaround. They find it. There's Solo able to find the kill. Are you freaking kidding me?
Courier has been so good for Virtus Pro today. First, shows up with the BKB for Ramses to win a team fight, and this time the Tome comes through to get the guaranteed grip onto the neck post.
They reveal themselves here. Chu a little bit late with the Spike Carapace, and they manage to take over the Nightmare, but he switches over to Ursa, actually. They take that one off after the fact. Magical slowed down. He did have Decrest.
Yeah, it came up a bit late, though.
The Crystallize also going to be stunned. Ursa on top of this Spectre, who's trying to hide away into the woods, and it looks like one more hit. Punch comes up, and not quite there. Blizzy. Reaper Scythe not online, but FN with the tower shots. And the last punch. We'll take down that Ursa. A cacophony of action in the bottom lane.
Radiant are scanning for you.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what's going to be the full fight recap there. In the end, in terms of our net worth, it is Blizzy who's on top at 4-1 and 2, but then it is the trio of the Dire, Gyro, Ursa, and Kunkka, all relatively close, 44 to 4,800.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Time to start thinking about Roche. You see that line from Nyx? That is the I need vision here line, or I need to play here line. Like,
okay.
We have to be watching for the Roshan right now, so we need vision there, so we know when they're going for it. Similarly, they already have great vision over on this side of the map, but a Scythe through on the IO. The only problem with having vision like this is that every single time they go with the Nature's Prophet ulti, it's scouting where the wards.
Right.
So like they know that there's a ward in here because these golems have been hit, and they also know that ward's there because of the IO just dying.
They send the courier up there, and like you were talking about in one of the earlier series, just immediately going to go for the D ward.
Yeah, these heals are dead to me. I just don't even ward on them anymore. I ward in the dumbest spots in this area now because it's so pointless warding up there. Anyone who has half a brain de-warding will find them every single time.
I gotta start de-warding over there.
What's that?
I said I gotta start de-warding over there.
Yeah. At the same time though, like they only got that kill because that ward was on the high ground. So that ward was placed on the high ground specifically to find that kill at the moment. So it's not that bad, but if you can avoid it, avoid it. Okay. And another D ward there actually from Seneko. So he finds an observer ward placed on his own high ground, buys another set of observers and sentries.
There's a smoke play coming from no one in solo. And they have an inkling, an idea that Crystallize is in this side. But are they going to actually go for that play? Magical. He's the one who's revealed. And it looks like no one finds Seneko just walking through the woods. The Decreps to try and turn this, but it is not going to be enough. The Impale comes out as well. Nice grip coming from Solo. Crystallize wants to take him down in time, but is it going to be enough damage? Magical is almost dead as well. They are going to be able to almost find that kill. They do take down the Pugna. So, Virtus Pro find a couple. They force the buyback from that Nature's Prophet, and they will be able to chase down and most likely kill off this Nyx Assassin, although it's a nice Impale onto two there. Yeah. I'm going to keep him alive.
Double carapace into double stun. Seneko will have the dieback. Those FN finds him at the last swipe. Oh, tell him, dude. Get him. No one with a DD room being chased by Crystallize. His bottom.
Keeps his cool, and with the relocate, Crystallize slowed up by the spirits. They're able to find this pickoff. And
Kunkka and Bane with IO Gyro is so good. God, oh Blizzy, he's coming in. He wants it. Oh my God,
he walks away from it too. Oh,
now that ward's gonna get de-warded, but it's obviously worth it.
Yeah, totally. Why not? They realize now where Blizzy is, but they can't chase him down. And well, Solo moves in.
Oh, he missed.
Are you kidding me? That's unfortunate.
This one is way more common up above to the north, so that's why he warded there. It's definitely the one everyone's all about right now.
I mean,
sometimes the simple wards are better.
He knows that's where it's going to be.
Do you see that? Oh my God, Chu, it was so close. All right, he was sitting underneath Ursa, farming a camp in his Vendetta, and he tried to carapace him, and he he saw his arms coming down for the shock, and he pressed the E just a second too late. Or else that would have been a kill, because Magical was nearby. But unfortunate.
I mean, it's been a very scrappy back and forth game so far. And I feel like this is inherently going to favor the team that just has the Spectre. Maybe that's not as much the case since IO Gyro is the thing, but that's just sort of go-to, is that I feel like Spectre in general, late game, if you're trading farm, is going to have a good time.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to his allies, though, because the Ursa is a really good hero versus Spectre.
Yeah.
That is one of those heroes that just kind of eliminates the idea of Spectre carrying you in the late game, because Ursa can just blow up any hero. Spectre doesn't matter. Just one bash and you're dead.
Top
lane.
There's an X. There's the boat. Pull back in. Say hello. And the kill.
Yeah, yo, he got that ward down, though. As he was dying, Observer Sentry. He's like, next time I won't get caught. But no one actually just pinged it, so he might know.
I mean, he did place the ward in front of everybody. Might have just been he thought, all right, well, I'm already dying. They might not click on me a second time.
Yeah.
Solo. The Nightmare in the back away. FN had trouble clicking on him there, but he has a blink dagger if they wanted to try and jump on somebody soon. But need to be wary of that relocate play that could come. Navi do.
I love how VP actually aren't forcing the Roche. Like, they've created this magnetic pull to the area. Like, there's a constant threat of Roche that Navi always have to address. So we've had a constant group of like 4 heroes around this part of the map over and over. But they haven't made a serious movement there yet from Virtus Pro. And Navi have to place all of their vision resources in order to deal with it because they can't let it go. But Seneco's in behind. He could go for a tree play here to try and help, but yeah, he thinks better of it.
Probably
That's another side.
I mean, Seneco's died a lot this series so far, but each of them has tended to be like deaths to try and either set up a good fight for his team or other things, and probably doesn't want to run in there. There's not a whole lot he can do. 19 minutes. I mean, I guess that the other sort of thing that you can be waiting for is the BKBs that are going to be out on the gyrocopter. There's a basher queued for FN.
Definitely the play. If it's not broken, don't fix it. He'll be scheduled on a ward now, though, so that'll give a little bit of relief over to Navi, just to know they're not in the pit or anything. But the longer he stays off map, better it is for Virtus Pro. And that's giving a lot of space to no one on the waves. And even like the IO gyro.
Seneco realizes there's trouble. They're going to go for the boat to try and keep him alive against the combo, but the relocate thought about going in there. Tail off the mark. On to follow as well. In trouble here, and Blizzy has him with the Reaper Sights, able to catch. Can they kill time? Nightmare save again from Solo. Might have survived even afterwards from the Enrage. With Ramsey showing up and Roger being here as well. They don't have buyback on FN, but they are going to be able to find Chu. They managed to find the stun onto 2. They go with the missile to try and keep alive Roger.
God. Solo is so good. Soloing like 3 heroes over here.
Yeah, and now Ramsey runs in. He pops the BKB, turns the fight, but Blizzy's back up to almost full HP again. This fight dragging on for a very long time, and with the X catch as well, they've got him caught. That's going to be the kill. Blizzy going down again.
Solo smokes to survive. He dodges the last right click, and this death pulse won't even hit him. Oh, actually, it does still hit through a smoke. Well, there you go. But either way, he dodged the last right click, and then obviously the smoke helps him get back to base faster, so he'd regen in time. Oh, good God. So good. Death pulse cannot be disjointed. Gotta learn your Dotas.
Those are some of those like weird interactions. I know that like when Clink started to get picked a ton at TI, people were looking at all the different interactions.
Oh, that was so funny. Those are good times.
There's that like arcane bolt that like can't be dodged. Poor Solo.
Solo
is lifted up with the Torrent onto Crystallize. Nightmare himself. This is buying time for Roche. They got it. They're messing around with Solo. Rest of the VP was like, all right, we're just going to take this big man.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
God, I'm such a sucker for good support play, but... Whew, Solo, man. This guy. He, to me, was like the MVP last season, honestly. Aside from TI, of course. I mean, there I would have picked probably X-Nova. I'm that bad of a sucker, but jeez. He's actually so
not
good.
FY? Does FY not count?
FY was a god, of course. There's no doubt. But I'm partial to the position 5s. You know, you don't get a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Roger is getting a lot of gold right here. He just farmed up a couple camps. Look at these spirits going.
Goodbye, Pugna.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good call. You should probably watch the
fine.
Chew right now in the Knicks. Boom. See ya.
Look at him.
Bye-bye.
After this man.
The big bad bear is coming in.
Blade mail, it ain't happening. Oh, the haunt though. The turn, the Reaper's Sight, they got him caught. He's not going to die to it though, but they will almost kill off Blizzy. No, he's regenning because he got the kill on the gyrocopter, but still, Ursa is Ursa. And is he going to Ursa them again? Blink Dagger?
Confirm, he's in trouble.
Oh, chase him. All right, now they're not going to do it. They just throw out the dagger and that keeps FN back.
FN's been waiting for this moment when Ramses is dead so that he can get the eggs buff when Roger hits 15. It's going to be great.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, it is kind of cool. It's like another way to save yourself if IO tethers to you right when you're stunned.
Now, what I want to see, though,
Top tower's above
is
the top.
Solo getting tethered.
Really?
Dude, the brain sap. It's that ridiculous brain sap cooldown. And you do stupid, it's like, what is it, 2 seconds cooldown or something stupid like that?
1.5. Yeah,
Isn't that the Oracle one?
1.5 second.
Oh, okay, it's for both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually hilarious.
I always ran into mana issues when I built it.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm building it wrong. You need to go like Bloodstone Ags.
Well, I
That's
think
probably
it's
the
just
play
not
for Bane.
that great of an negative, but it's cheesy.
Okay, I gotcha. Sure. With the talent, it's pretty nifty.
And with an IO, giving you constant mana regen.
Radiant's
See, that was the thing that I was like brainstorming when OG went for the Underlord and the IO together. You get the Underlord Ags, and you can maintain the damage. That sounds amazing.
Well, FN is just YOLOing and he finds the Spectre.
What
This is Aegis.
in the hell? Come fight me! They take him down. The missile going to connect on that last creep. Well, the tier 1 tower is being assaulted, and at this point, it really does feel like BT is in complete control of this game.
tower just tapped out.
Yeah, getting the Roche was just kind of that final thing that they needed. Although they missed those kills on the bottom, which is pretty important. Or at least, like,
Radiant's top tower's
they
under
missed
attack.
the easy double kill without losing Ramses. But in the end, doesn't matter too much. Only his third death. The guy is almost into a Eagle Song here.
Dire's middle tower looks to disintegrate.
And the Kunkka back to deal with the creep wave pressure. Might have been able to go for like the X play where he TPs and the X's and then comes back so he can be there for the push, but looks like they're not going to attempt to do that. FN finds the bash. Oh, Seneko
Yeah,
eats the tip.
all 4 bounty runes? Maybe not. No one in a race versus Crystallized. Huh.
Step lively now.
Yep, they get it on Crystallized, but they also lost one. Bane finally going down.
I like no one's build this game too. I think it's perfect. Didn't have to go for any sort of damage build whatsoever because he's an Ursa and a Gyrocopter. So it's all about him just creating the best possible opportunities in team fights, and that's going to come from a Shadow Blade and a BKB.
Yeah.
Blink Dagger would also be nice. I would not hate that next at all, actually. As a ward placed right on the high ground in no one's face, and Taneko's going to die. Oh, he didn't actually commit the... Alright, no, he still got him. I was thinking he's still at Invis, but not this game.
No such luck.
He's building the Glimmer.
Trying to get there. Gonna take a little while. And just trying to keep being a nuisance with these trees, sending a couple of them into the creep wave, but no one has been able to secure himself a couple of creeps. And it definitely feels like VP right now just very comfortable taking this game slow and steady. They've got the Ags. They can keep farming up the map with Ramses, get towards a couple more damage items, and then possibly maybe make a play with the next Roche.
Dire are scanning.
Navi have been having a hard time actually executing off this Nyx stats, and it's like one of the first ones they're going to get in a while. Using that vision to get a kill here.
Well, about that. They're going to haunt for this one. They want to get solo. They nightmare himself, and now realizing you not want to be in this world anymore. Haunt is down. This has been a complete and total disaster for Navi the last couple of minutes. And they're going to find Chu also. There's the X, the Torrent off the mark, but it doesn't matter because it gets hit by the missile. And 3 dead. Trent, I don't know what the hell's happening.
Haunt or something, I don't know.
Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, your 2 heroes are already dead, and they just like try and go for a haunt play or something.
Radiant's middle tower had a run.
Not sure.
Dire.
I think they're just struggling. They're trying to find any sort of answer they can. It's a hard game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Is that a diffuse? Oh, I thought that diffuse on someone. Okay. BKB picked up for the Ursa. I think FN was looking at diffusal possibly, and he just went back to the Abyssal.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spectre has a defusal. Okay, maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah, probably was it. And I mean, Manta defusal, there's like ways to do it. The scary thing is that you can't really, like, you need to defusal the gyro, I guess, and then try and go on the IO afterwards.
Right, because you can't, if you defuse the IO, it does nothing if he's tethered. But I like this build. This is what we said at the start of the game. Is I felt like that was the build this game, was the Manta Defusal Abyssal and not the Radiance. However, you know, Spectre just can't win the game by herself. I think they haven't gotten enough out of the rest of their lineup. Like, this is a Nature's Prophet and Pugna lineup that still hasn't taken the tier 2s at 28 minutes when they had a relatively even mid-game. Didn't really explode that heavily in Versus Pro's favor until like the 20-minute mark, 22-minute mark. We went from like 5k to 10k for the next 5 minutes.
And as much as I was harping on like the fact that the Pugna was winning mid pretty handedly, as it looks like they're going to lose solo here. And the buyback immediately from him. Spike Carapace onto Roger, able to get the jump away, living through it, has the mechanism. They baited him into this beautifully, and now crystallized. Roger is going to get the Nightmare save yet again, but they end up falling nonetheless. As Blizzy chased down, killed off 3 dead. Oh man, this is pretty rough. They're going to grip him just for good measure, dancing on the haters. VP, they've had enough of the shenanigans from the earlier games, as they're looking to close this one out.
Yeah, and they know there's no Roche possibilities right now. So they just head straight down the middle lane.
Radiant's middle tower is not feeling
But yeah,
I am not being here. It does slow this down quite a bit, though. A lot of their tower push.
yeah, it looks real slow, this tower.
Oh, God, it's massive.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh my God, look at the pings. They're very
Nico's doing it.
I always like
What
seeing
the hell?
Sineko cutting waves.
middle barracks has fallen.
Wasn't it Sineko that was pinging it though?
I thought it was no one. I'm pretty sure. It looks like the no one X.
Got it.
Who will BKB, grab it, and stand there until the very last. Wow, what a boss! He just keeps staying there. It's like, how much more time I have? BKB? That's a real long 10-second there. I think I'll just breathe it in.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Consider my TP options. I'll go home.
Ramsey's not quite as lucky. Oh my God, Jesus! It's a good thing he didn't stand there. Oh Lord.
All right, can they at least clean up Roche? I mean, they're gonna send them the treants. This is desperation at its finest. Don't really have an option.
Trent, they don't have Haunt anymore. What are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, you're in the pit anyway.
I guess that's true.
Dire scanning for enemies.
I feel like that was the ultimate tilt play by no one. He's just like trying to mess with them and get in their heads.
Seems to be working.
Yeah. Oh, the Ag Scepter Ramses taking down the Roshan. Gonna be Aegis and Cheese. Chew hit by the dust. X Torrent both all going down. They take the Aegis. They take the Cheese. And things keep going this way. They're gonna take the game. They're like, we're gonna let you.
Run into 2 here. They're actually caught in between Virtus Pro. No one's still just kind of lurking past them. Can they get a solo kill here?
I mean, he's alone, but Navi also do not have anybody in their base.
It's a bit of a problem.
I guess they killed the Kunkka though, so whatever.
Yeah, but there's 2 catapults mid. Creep wave still coming in. And they'll lose the tier 3. VP will wisely choose not to fight during this though. Yep. And now the Abyssal is done for FN. So Crystallize won't be quite as lucky as he's been on the past couple times, escaping from just the bashes.
Yeah. And really, like, the defensive item right now is Manta. And there is not really a great save on the rest of Navi. I guess Decrep is pretty good. That's probably the best thing that they can do right now. Just try and Decrep Crystallize when the Ursa jumps him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Game is hard for Navi. But Virtus Pro healing themselves. I think that they found a bit of a winning formula here. Put Ramses on a carry.
This guy seems pretty good at carry. I don't know. His offlane was okay. Couple near misses, but it's looking like this might be his true calling here.
Isn't a near miss a hit?
I don't know. A near miss means it's a bare hit, so it's like there were a lot of near misses on his RPs,
Like
but he
Ursa?
just barely hit them.
Like a bear.
That totally
a
makes
bear
sense,
hit?
right?
Ursa?
All right, now listen here, you. Chew in the back line. He's trying to make something happen for the team, for the squad.
Oh, it's coming. The courier. This is where it all comes together right now. He knew it was going to be here the entire time. And boom, shakalaka. He got those bracers.
Absolute destruction.
The mental lapse.
Hey, got him a blink dagger.
I actually did. Look at that. What if the gold you got from the courier correlated to the amount of gold that was on the courier?
That could be pretty game breaking at times.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter would be really good.
I like it. Well, we'll see if we can burst through the first Aegis. They went for the initiation from Chu, but BP dodging away from it. Very well done there as the tier 3 towers starts to fall. There's the Abyssal Blade. It happens in an instant. Magical down, the Haunt. A nice impale comes out from Chu. They're bringing it down low, but another save keeps Roger alive. And now Ramses unleashed. They have the grip onto Spectre. They can't see him for a moment, but eventually going to be able to find that kill. Buyback from Spectre. No buyback there for Magical. And GG is just going to be called as Virtus Pro 2-0 Na'Vi in very convincing fashion.
Yeah, I just ran away with this game. Really liked the display by no one so far today. I think that just looking at those two different Conquer games, you can just kind of see why VP are so good. Like throughout all of last year, I think one of the things that they do better than any other team is identifying who needs to do what in a game and understanding who needs to sacrifice and who needs to be like the harder carry and everything, or who's going to win you the game, that kind of stuff. And